Look, there comes a point in life where you have to stop talking and start grinding. You say you want success. You say you want to be great. Then stop saying it and start living it. Because success is not for the weak. It's not for the lazy. It's for the one who wants it bad enough. I'm talking about wanting it so bad that you're willing to sacrifice sleep, parties, comfort, even relationships. You want it like oxygen, like air, like you're drowning, and success is the only thing that's going to keep you alive. You see, most people kind of want it. They want success if it's easy, if it fits into their schedule. But I'm talking to the one who's willing to go to war for it, to the one who's willing to stay up all night, grind all day, and never quit, even when it hurts. You gotta want it so bad that nothing else matters. Not what people think, not how tired you are, not how hard it is. Because every champion was once a contender who refused to give up. You say you want to be successful, but do you really? Are you willing to suffer, to sweat, to sacrifice? Because success doesn't show up with a smile. It shows up when you show up every single day ready to fight for your future. You want to breathe, right? Try going without it for a minute. See how quick your body starts fighting for it. That's how bad you gotta want this. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, that's when you'll be successful. Most people say they want to be successful. They talk about dreams. They talk about goals. They say things like, oh, one day I'll make it, or I just need the right opportunity. Whoa, let me tell you the truth. Desire alone is not enough. Wanting it isn't enough. Wishing for it isn't enough. Talking about it definitely isn't enough. The world is filled with people who want things, but very few are willing to work for them. There's a big difference between wanting success and doing what it takes to earn it. You can dream all day long. You can write down your goals, make vision boards, recite affirmations. But if your actions don't match your words, you're playing games. Desire without discipline is a trap. It feels like you're moving forward because you got the passion. You got the fire inside. But fire without control is dangerous. Passion without structure gets you nowhere. People fall in love with the idea of success, but they forget what it costs. They fall in love with the finish line, but they hate the process. That's where most people lose. Success doesn't respond to how badly you say you want it. It responds to how consistently you show up, even when you don't feel like it. That's why I say desire alone is not enough. Because emotion fades, motivation fades, hype fades, but habits stay, discipline stays. That's what builds winners. When your desire is hot, but your discipline is cold, you'll burn out fast. You'll be excited for a week, maybe even a month, but as soon as things get uncomfortable, you'll back off. You'll retreat because deep down, you only wanted it when it was easy. Desire can get you started, but only discipline will take you across the finish line. You can't keep starting and stopping, pushing and pausing, grinding and quitting. Success doesn't reward inconsistency. It punishes it. You can't tell the world, I'm coming, and then not show up. You can't convince yourself you're gonna win while your actions say otherwise. Every day you skip, every excuse you make, every shortcut you take, that's the real statement you're making. You're saying, I don't want it bad enough. See, people love to fantasize about their future. They imagine themselves with the car, the house, the career, the fame. But none of that comes without pain. None of that comes without sweat. That version of you that has it all, that version sacrificed. That version stayed disciplined. That version showed up when no one else did. That version didn't skip workouts, didn't miss study sessions, didn't avoid the hard conversation. That version faced fear and walked through it. So what makes you think you'll get to the same place just by wanting it? You don't get to be elite by being average. You don't get championship results with casual effort. You don't build a legacy off of dreams. You build it with action. Desire is just the spark. Discipline is the fuel. And without fuel, the fire dies. Every single time. It's not about being the most talented. It's about being the most consistent. It's about waking up and doing what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. Your feelings will lie to you. Your emotions will betray you. But your discipline, that's what keeps you moving when everything else tells you to stop. Let me tell you something real. Some days, you won't feel it. Some days, you'll be tired, drained, discouraged. You'll feel like quitting. You'll question everything. That's normal. But those are the moments that separate the average from the great. Everybody's motivated when it's easy. But who are you when it's hard? Who are you when it's raining, when it's cold, when no one is watching? That's where success is forged. In the dark, in the lonely hours, in the painful moments when you show up anyway. That's the truth no one wants to hear. They want a magic formula. They want shortcuts, but there are none. There's only work. There's only discipline. If you don't back your desire with commitment, if you don't match your dreams with action, you will stay stuck. And life doesn't wait. Opportunities don't wait. Hey, time doesn't wait. So don't waste time wishing. Build habits, point. Build habits. Be the kind of person who does the work, whether you feel like it or not. Be the kind of person who doesn't make excuses, who doesn't back down, who doesn't stop just because it got hard. Because success would never be handed to you. You'll have to take it. You'll have to earn it. And the only way you'll earn it is if you stop living off desire and start living with discipline. Only then will your dreams stop being fantasies and start becoming reality. You say you want to succeed, but let me ask you this. What are you willing to give up to get there? You want to be great, but are you prepared to make sacrifices most people will never consider? See, everyone loves the idea of winning, but nobody wants to pay the price. That's why you got to understand this. Sacrifice tag of success. It doesn't come cheap. It doesn't come quickly. And sure, it doesn't come to people who keep holding on to comfort. There's no elevation without separation. If you want to go higher, you have to let go of the things holding you down. That means cutting ties with distraction. That means saying no to comfort. That means waking up early when you rather sleep in. That means missing out on parties while others celebrate. It means while they're out chilling, you're locked in, studying, grinding, sweat, building. Success doesn't respect comfort zone. It doesn't knock on your door and say, you ready? It demands that you get uncomfortable and stay uncomfortable. Most people want to hold on to their old life while reaching for a new one. But that's not how it works. You can't keep the same habits, the same mindset, the same lazy routine, and expect different results. If you want more, you have to become more. And becoming more means letting go of who you were. That hurts. It's not easy. It's lonely. It's exhausting, but it's necessary. Growth always requires loss. To gain success, you'll have to lose some sleep, lose some comfort, maybe even lose some people. But that's the price. Some of the people you love the most won't understand the path you're walking. They'll call you obsessed. They'll say you're taking it too serious. They want you to slow down, hang out, relax. But they don't see what you see. They don't feel what you feel. You got a fire inside of you that won't let you settle. So yeah, you might lose a few friends. You might spend some birthdays alone. You might miss the fun and the laughter for a season. But every bit of that sacrifice is shaping you into the person you need to become. People think success is glamorous, but it's built on sacrifice. It's built on the mornings you wake up while it's still dark. It's built on the nights you stay in the gym, stay in the office, stay in the lab long after everyone else has gone home. It's built on turning down distractions when it would be so easy to give in. The world won't reward your excuses. It won't celebrate your intention. It will only acknowledge the results of your discipline. And those results of your discipline is sacrifice. You can't have it all if you're not willing to give it all. Too many people try to bargain with success. I'll work hard, but only when I feel motivated. I'll give it my best, but I'll still want to party on weekends. I'll stay focused, but I'm not giving up my comfort. That's not sacrifice. That's negotiation. And success doesn't negotiate. It demands full commitment. It wants your time, your energy, your heart. It wants the part of you that no one else sees. The part that keeps showing up even when nobody claps. The part that stays focused when the world tries to distract you. You'll have to sacrifice sleep. Not every night, but many nights. While others rest, you grind. Not because you hate rest, but because your dream can't wait. You have to sacrifice comfort. You have to do what's hard, what's scary, what's inconvenient. You'll have to show up when you're tired, when you're doubting, when you're hurting. You'll have to learn to smile through pain, to rise after failure, to keep going when quitting feels easier. Because everything you want exists on the other side of sacrifice. And don't expect people to understand. Oh. Don't expect applause while you're in the middle of your process. Some people will think you're crazy. Let them. Some people will say you're do more. Let them talk. let them laugh, let them misunderstand you. While they're talking, you're building. You're building. While they're sleeping, you're working. While they're relaxing, you're evolving. Because you understand something they don't. Every second you invest, every pleasure you postpone, every comfort you reject is a brick in the foundation of your future. No one becomes legendary without sacrifice. No one becomes elite by accident. You have to make decisions that others won't so you can live a life they never will. You have to pass on things that feel good in the moment so you can build something that lasts forever. You can either live with the pain of sacrifice now or the pain of regret later. But make no mistake, you will feel pain either way. Only one pain leads to greatness. You get one shot at this life. Don't waste it trying to please everyone. Don't waste it trying to stay comfortable. Don't waste it hoping things will magically happen. If you want to rise, sacrifice is the price. There's no shortcut. There's no cheat code. You say you want to be successful, but the real question is, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to want it like you want air? Like a man underwater, gasping, clawing, desperate for one breath? Because until you want success that bad, you'll always find reasons to quit. You'll always find excuses to play it safe, to wait for a better time, to take the easy route. Wanting it like air isn't a metaphor, it's a mindset. It's a level of intensity that few people ever reach. But everyone who makes it, everyone who rises, they know exactly what it feels like. See, most people kind of want it. They sort of want to be great. They kind of want to improve their lives. But when life punches them in the mouth, when the grind gets heavy, they fold. They tap out. Why? Because they only wanted it when it was convenient. They only wanted it when they were comfortable. But success doesn't come to people who want it casually. It comes to people who want it urgently. Like life or death urgent, like breathless can't live without it urgent. Imagine someone holding your head underwater. Imagine your lungs burning. Imagine your body twisting and fighting, doing everything it can to get one breath. In that moment, nothing else matters. You don't care about your phone. You don't care about your lights. You don't care about your lights. You don't care about its breathing. That's the level of desperation you need for your dream. That's the hunger it takes. And if you don't have that, you won't make it. Because somewhere along the way, life's going to get hard. It's going to test you. It's going to ask, how bad do you really want this? When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, you stop making excuses. You stop waiting for someone to come save you. You stop blaming your circumstances. You stop saying, I'll start tomorrow, and you start now. No matter how tired you are, no matter how scared you feel, you start and you don't stop. Because you're not chasing a hobby. You're chasing your life. This is bigger than goals, bigger than dreams. This is about who you become when your back's against the wall and you got nothing but your will to fight with. That kind of hunger, it changes everything. You wake up differently. You move differently. You think differently. You start guarding your time, your energy, your environment. You stop hanging with people who are hungry. You stop wasting your time on things that don't grow you because you realize time is oxygen. Focus is oxygen. And every moment you waste is a breath you'll never get back. So you grind. Not because it's fun. Not because it's easy. But because you got something inside you that refuses to die without giving it everything. And no, it won't always feel good. The truth is, chasing success when you want it like air, it's lonely, it's painful, it's exhausting. But that pain, that struggle, that's proof you're doing it right. That's what separates you. Because most people stop when it gets hard. But when you want it like air, quitting isn't an option. You've already decided, you've already burned the bridges. There's no plan B. It's either win or die trying. You think Kobe got to where he was without this level of hunger? You think Serena Williams, Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, you think they got there by wanting it sometimes? No. They wanted it every second, every breath, every moment. They trained like they were drowning. Because when you want it like that, mediocrity feels like suffocation. Be average feels like dying. So they worked. When they were tired, they worked. When they were hurt, they worked. When the world doubted them, they worked. Because success was the only air they wanted to breathe. People say they want success, but their actions scream something different. You say you want it, but you sleep late. You say you want it, but you're distracted. You say you want it, but you keep putting it off. Let me tell you something. You don't want it like you want air. Not yet. Because when you really do, everything changes. Your priorities shift, your circle changes, your habits change. You're not scrolling for hours. You're studying, you're training, you're building, you're doing the work while others waste their breath complaining. And no one's gonna hand it to you. No one's gonna give you the life you want. You have to take it. You have to earn it. And you earn it by proving every day that this matters more to you than anything else. Not with words, not with wishes, but with word. Every rip, every chapter, every late night and early morning. That's how you tell the world this matters to me. This is my breath. So next time you say you want success, ask yourself, do you really want it? Or do you just like the sound of it? Because if you really want it, you'll chase it like your life depends on it. And when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, nothing can stop you. Everybody wants to win, but nobody wants to grind. Everybody wants to be successful, but the moment it gets hard, they back off. The moment the process gets uncomfortable, they look for a way out. That's the truth most people don't want to face. They want the rewards, but not the work. They want to shine, but not the struggle. They want to stand on the stage, but not sweat in the silence when no one's watching. That's why so many people never make it. Grinding is not glamorous. Not glamorous. It's not pretty. It's raw. It's painful, but it's necessary. Grinding means doing it when you're tired. It means pushing when you're sore, when you're mentally drained, when you've got every reason to quit, but you don't. You show up anyway. You dig deep and give it everything you got because you know there's no other way. You know success doesn't happen by accident. It's built in the gym, in the library in the dark, in the lonely hours when everyone else is relaxing and you're still grinding. That's where champions are made, not in the spotlight, but in the shadows. People think they'll succeed just because they're passionate, but passion is easy. Anyone can get hyped. Anyone can talk big. Anyone can feel excited on day one. But grinding isn't about feelings. Grinding's about commitment. It's about showing up long after the excitement is gone. It's gone. It's about showing up when the results haven't come yet, when the praise isn't there, when you're not even sure it's working. It's doing it anyway, because the grind is the only road to greatness. You see, talent can get you started, but it won't keep you going. Skill can open the door, but only discipline will help you walk through it. The grind builds something in you that nothing else can. It forges character. It toughens your mindset. It silences the voice that says, "You're not good enough." Because every time you grind, you prove that voice wrong. You prove that you're not here to talk. You're here to earn. You're not here to hope. You're here to work. Grinding means late nights. It means early mornings. It means studying when your friends are partying. It means lifting when your body wants to rest. It means creating when you feel empty. And here's the thing. It's not going to feel good. There will be days when you hate it. Days when you question everything. Days when you feel like quitting would be easier. And in those moments, that's when it counts the most. That's when the real growth happens. Not when things are easy, but when they're brutal and you keep going anyway. You have to be willing to suffer in silence, to keep working when no one's clapping, to invest in yourself when no one else sees your value yet. That's what the grind is. It's unseen. It's thankless, but it's everything. Because one day, all those silent hours will speak for you. One day, the work will show. One day, the results will scream what you kept quiet. That's why you grind. That's why you keep going. Because you're not chasing attention, you're chasing excellence. Don't be fooled by shortcuts. Don't be seduced by the easy path. Real growth takes time. It takes repetition. It takes sweat, sacrifice, and staying power. Everybody's looking for the hack, the fast lane, the secret recipe. But here's the truth. The grind is the secret. The grind is the secret. The repetition, the consistency, the daily decision to give your all, even when you feel like you got nothing left. That's what separates the good from the great. The amateurs from the professionals, the talkers from the doers. Grinding builds trust in yourself. Every time you push through pain, every time you show up when it's hard, you're building belief. You're proving to yourself that you've got what it takes. And that belief, that confidence, that's earned, not given. You don't get confidence from compliments. You get it from work. You get it from knowing you suffered for your dream and didn't quit. And that kind of confidence, nobody can take that from you. You're not gonna feel motivated every day, but you don't need motivation. You need discipline. You need purpose. You need that fire that says, I'm not stopping until I've done everything I can to win. Grinding isn't about being inspired, but it's about being relentless. It's about deciding that no matter how long it takes, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how many times you fail, you're going to keep going. Because your dream is worth it. Your future is worth it. You are worth it. So while they sleep, grind. While they doubt, you grind. While they relax, grind. And when the day comes that they see you win, they'll wonder how you did it. And you'll know it was the grind. Every painful step, every unseen hour, every quiet moment of work. That's what built you. That's what carried you. That's what made the difference. Not luck, not talent, not hype, the grind, always the grind. Distractions are everywhere. They're constant, relentless. They don't care about your goals. Social media, notifications, entertainment, the opinions of others. These things are stealing your time, your focus, your potential. And if you don't take control, they will rob you of everything you were born to become. Most people don't fail because they're not talented or capable. They fail because they're too distracted. They start strong, but somewhere along the way, they lose their focus. They lose their edge. Not because they weren't good enough, but because they let everything around them pull them away from their purpose. You gotta make a decision. Do you wanna be entertained or do you wanna be great? Because you can't have both. You can't scroll for hours and expect to build a legacy. You can't keep checking who liked your post while claiming you're locked in on your dream. You can't let your attention be hijacked every 5 minutes and still expect to win. Success demands focus, unshakable, laser sharp focus. And that kind of focus doesn't happen by accident, it happens by choice. Oh man, might talk. You got to shut it out, all of it. The noise, the distractions, the nonsense. You've got to learn to say no. No to the parties, no to the drama, no to the gossip, no to anything that doesn't serve your mission. Because every yes to a distraction is a no to your dream. And you said a no to yourself for long enough. You've postponed your greatness long enough. It's time to protect your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. The people who make it, the ones who rise to the top, they're not always the most talented, but they are the most focused. While others are chasing trends, they're mastering their craft. While others are getting pulled in a million directions, they're moving in one forward. They're not worried about being liked. They're not chasing attention, they're chasing excellence, and excellence can't exist where distraction lives. Focus is power. It's the superpower of this generation. In a world full of people who can't concentrate for 5 minutes, the one who can lock in for hours becomes unstoppable. The one who can work without checking their phone every 10 seconds becomes a beast. The one who can say a no to the temporary to build something permanent, that person becomes legendary. But you gotta fight for that focus. You gotta train it like a muscle. You gotta discipline it like your life depends on it. It starts with awareness. Be real with yourself. How much time are you losing to distractions? How often do you pick up your phone without thinking? How many hours are you giving away to things that don't feed your soul, don't grow your mind, don't build your future? You can't fix what you don't face. And until you admit that distraction is stealing from you, it will keep doing it, quietly, invisibly, but powerfully. You don't need more time. You need more focus. You've got 24 hours just like everyone else. The difference isn't in the time, it's in the use of time. Some people use their hours to build empires. Others use them to binge shows and scroll endlessly. One becomes a leader, the other becomes a follower. And the difference? Focus. You can't complain about not achieving your dreams if you're spending your prime energy and attention on things that don't matter. Every moment you give to a distraction is a moment you're not giving to your destiny. And moments become days, days become weeks, weeks become years. Before you know it, a decade's gone and your dream is still on pause. Not because you weren't capable, but because you weren't focused. Let that sink in. You don't have forever. You've got a window, and that window closes a little more every day. The question is, how are you using it? You got to design your environment to support your focus. Turn off the notifications, set boundaries with people. Create a space that fuels your purpose. Cut the clutter. Simplify. Make it easier to win and harder to get distracted. Don't just rely on willpower, build systems. Because the more you protect your focus, the more your focus will protect your future. People will try to pull you away. They won't understand why you're so locked in. They'll call you obsessed. They'll say you've changed. Good. Let them. You should change. You should be obsessed. That's what it takes. Let them laugh while you build. Let them party while you grind. Because when the results come, they'll ask how you did it. And you'll know it was focus. Ruthless, disciplined, daily focus. The world will always offer you distractions. That's not going to stop on the stop. What has to change is you. You have to become someone who's too committed to be pulled off course, too hungry to be entertained, too focused to fail. Because you got a vision, you got a calling, and that calling deserves your full attention. So turn off the noise. Cut the excuses. Everybody wants to be great until it's time to suffer, until it's time to sacrifice, until it's time to bleed, sweat, and cry for it. That's the moment most people tap out. They love the idea of greatness, but they don't love the process. Because the process hurts, the process hurts you. The process strips away every excuse and exposes whether you're really built for this or not. The truth is, if you want to be great, you have to embrace pain. You have to lean into it. You have to let it shape you, break you, and then rebuild you into something stronger. Greatness doesn't come from comfort. It comes from struggle. Look at anyone who ever did anything truly great. Their story is never soft. It's never easy. It's full of setbacks, rejections, losses, and failures. But what made them different wasn't what they went through. It was how they responded. They didn't quit. They didn't cry for too long. They didn't blame the world. They stood up. They kept going. They welcomed the pain because they understood it was part of the price. They knew the pain was a sign that they were growing, stretching, and becoming what their dream required them to be. Pain is a teacher. It teaches discipline. It teaches humility. It teaches patience. But most of all, it teaches who you really are. You can fake confidence when things are going well. You can talk big when life is easy. But when the lights are off, when your body's aching, when your heart is breaking and nothing seems to be working, that's when the truth shows up. That's when greatness is born. Not in applause, but in adversity. Not in success, but in the struggle. You have to learn to suffer now so you can shine later. You can't avoid the pain and expect the prize. You can't skip the hard parts and expect to be taken seriously. Greatness only respects those who pay in full. It demands long nights, early mornings, and endless hours of effort when no one's watching. It asks you to give more than you think you can. And just when you think you've given everything, it demands even more. Because that's what separates the dreamers from the doers, the fans from the legends, the average from the elite. It's that willingness to suffer with purpose, that refusal to fold when it gets uncomfortable. There will be days when you want to give up, when your mind will tell you to stop, to rest, to take the easy road. And in those moments, you have to decide, what do you want more? Comfort or greatness, ease or legacy, because you can't have both. You either suffer now and shine later, or you shine now and suffer forever from regret. That's the trade. That's the deal. No shortcuts. No skipping steps. The suffering won't always be physical. Sometimes it's emotional, mental, spiritual. You'll question yourself. You'll feel alone. You wonder if it's even worth it. And those are the most dangerous moments, because that's when most people give up. But not you. You weren't built to break. You weren't built to be average. You were built to endure, to overcome, to fight until the fight is done. That's why you're here. That's why you keep going. Because there's something in you that won't let you stop. When you suffer for something long enough, it becomes sacred. You don't take it for granted. You protect it. You honor it. That's what greatness is. It's sacred. It's earned. And you earn it through sacrifice, through staying true to your mission when it hurts, through outlasting the pain. You don't have to like it, but you do have to live with it. You have to live with it. You have to let it mold you. Let it teach you. Let it fuel you. Because pain isn't the enemy. It's the process. And here's the beautiful part. The pain won't last forever. But what it produces will. The lessons, the strength, the grit, the character, that stays with you. Long after the pain fades, the growth remains. You become someone who can't be broken because you've already been broken and put yourself back together. You become someone who's dangerous in the best way. Focused, unstoppable, resilient, because you've been through what others couldn't survive. And you didn't just survive, you thrived. So when it hurts, don't run, don't retreat. Lean in, take it, own it. Because every ounce of pain you endure today is building the champion you'll be tomorrow. Every tear you shed, every drop of sweat that hits the floor, it all matters. It's all adding up. And when your moment comes, and it will come, you'll be ready because you didn't cheat the grind. You didn't shortcut the journey. You suffered now so you could shine later. And that's what greatness demands. That's what greatness respects. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they lack consistency. They start the journey, but they don't finish. They start the project, but they don't follow through. They work hard for a week, then disappear for a month. They get hyped up, make big promises, and when the emotions fade, so does the effort. That's not how greatness works. Greatness doesn't care about how good you are for a day. It cares about how disciplined you are every day. If you want to make it, you got to show up consistently, even when the fire in you has dimmed, even when the world gives you no applause, even when every part of you wants to quit. Consistency is the hidden key. It's the part nobody sees, but everyone respects when the results show up. People love to clap when the victory comes, but they don't realize that victory was built in the silence. It was built in the dark. It was built on the days when you didn't feel like doing it, but you did it anyway. That's what builds character. That's what builds strength. You don't become great by doing something once. You become great by doing it again and again until it's second nature. Discipline is a muscle, and every time you choose to show up, you strengthen it. Every time you do what needs to be done instead of what you feel like doing, you build like doing, you build it. The more you train that muscle, the less you rely on motivation. And that's the difference between amateurs and professionals. Amateurs wait to feel ready. Professionals move whether they feel like it or not. They don't need permission. They don't need the perfect moment. They just go. They keep pushing. They keep executing. That's how success is made, brick by brick, day after day. You can't skip steps and expect to stand tall. You gotta lay the foundation solid. That means showing up when no one's watching. That means doing the reps even when there's no crowd. That means giving it your best even when there's no reward right now. The real reward is in who you become through the process. You become someone who's dependable, someone who can be counted on, someone who finishes what they start. That matters more than talent. Because talent without consistency is just wasted potential. Look around, the graveyard is full of dreams that die from inconsistency. People with skills, with passion, with potential, gone because they weren't good enough, but because they couldn't stay locked in long enough. They let life distract them. They let emotions control them. They let fear or laziness or doubt steal their future. Don't let that be you. Don't become another story of what could have been. Show up every single day, even if it's just one step. Take that step. Because one step a day beats 100 steps once a year. Progress is about movement, not speed, not flash, just movement. Success is boring sometimes. It's routine. It's repetitive. It's unglamorous. Champions aren't made by doing exciting things. They're made by doing the simple things consistently with excellence, even when it's dull. That's what separates winners from the rest. The ones who master the basics, who stick to the plan, who grind through the mundane, they're the ones who rise. Because they understand that the secret isn't in intensity, it's in consistency. People will try to distract you. Life will throw chaos your way. Your own mind will tell you it's not worth it. But you gotta be stronger than that. You gotta develop the ability to stay steady in the storm. To keep doing what you say you do long after the mood you set it in has left. That's what grown folk do. That's what professionals do. That's what winners do. They keep showing up. There's gonna be resistance. There's gonna be fatigue. There's gonna be days when everything in you says to take it easy today. But those are the days that count the most. Those are the days that shape your destiny. Because anyone can do it when it's easy. What defines you is what you do when it's not. Will you show up tired? Will you show up tired? Will you show up stressed? Will you show up broken? Because that's what discipline looks like. That's what greatness requires. Consistency builds trust, not just with others, but with yourself. When you show up every day, you begin to trust that you can depend on you. And that belief, that's powerful. That belief becomes confidence. It becomes momentum. It becomes unstoppable force. You don't need to be the most talented, the fastest, or the strongest. You just need to be the most consistent because consistency beats talent when talent doesn't show up. So stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. There's only now. Today, this moment. Show up for it. Give it what you got. Then show up again tomorrow and the day after. And keep doing it. Keep building. Keep climbing. You're not trying to impress anyone. You can't keep waiting for someone to believe in you. You can't keep hoping for a cheerleader to show up, pat you on the back, and tell you you're destined for greatness. That day might never come. Some people are never going to see your worth. Some people are never going to understand your vision. Some people are never going to understand your vision. And that's okay because it's not their job to believe in you. It's yours. It's your job to look in the mirror and say, I got this. Even when you're scared, even when you're doubting, even when you're doubting, even when the odds are stacked against you. Because belief is the foundation of every breakthrough. If you don't believe in yourself, why should anyone else? Too many people are stuck waiting for approval, waiting for recognition, waiting for someone to say, you can do it. But the truth is, waiting is just a delay tactic. It's fear in disguise, fear of failing, fear of looking foolish, fear of stepping out and being wrong. But guess what? You don't need permission to become who you were meant to be. You don't need the world's validation to chase your purpose. You just need courage. The courage to take the first step. The courage to keep going even when you're misunderstood. Because belief isn't about guarantees. It's about deciding to back yourself when no one else will. When you believe in yourself, your energy shifts. Your posture changes. You carry yourself differently. You walk into a room not hoping to be accepted, but knowing you belong. That confidence doesn't come from ego. It comes from alignment, from knowing deep down that your work, your effort, your grind has earned you the right to stand tall. Belief builds boldness. Boldness opens doors that fear keeps locked. The world has a funny way of responding to belief. When you carry belief, people start paying attention. Not because you're trying to impress them, but because belief is magnetic. It's contagious. You've got to walk like a champion long before you hold a trophy. You've got to grind like a winner long before the success shows up. That's what belief looks like in action. You're going to face critics. You're going to face people who don't get it. Some of them will be close to you, friends, family, teachers, co-workers, and it's going to hurt because you want them to see your heart. You want them to recognize your potential, but sometimes they can't. Not because you're not worthy, but because their own vision is limited. Don't let their small thinking shrink your big dreams. Don't internalize their doubts. Their inability to see your future doesn't make it any less real. Keep your head. Keep your faith strong. Keep building. Self-belief isn't loud. It doesn't need to scream or prove anything. It's quiet, steady, grounded. It says, I might not be there yet, but I'm on the way. It says, I don't have all the answers, but I won't stop searching. It's the quiet fire inside that refuses to go out. And some days that fire will flicker. Life will throw storms at it. But your job is to protect that flame. To feed it with discipline, with focus, with intention. Because as long as that flame is alive, you got a chance. Belief isn't something you find. It's something you build. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build it. Every time you finish what you started, you build it. Every time you push through resistance, you build it. It's not built in the big moments. It's built in the daily decisions, the small wins, the silent victories that no one claps for. That's where self-belief grows. And over time, it becomes a force so powerful that no failure can destroy it. No rejection can break it. You have to see yourself as the answer. Stop looking for a hero. Stop waiting for someone to come save you. You are the one. You've got the talent. You've got the vision. You've got the resilience. Everything you need is already inside of you. It just needs to be activated. And the key that activates it is belief. When you believe, you start moving different. You stop begging for opportunities and start creating them. You stop hiding your gifts and start sharing them boldly. That's when the shift happens. That's when you go from potential to power. There's greatness inside of you. But it's locked behind self-doubt, behind hesitation. And the only thing that can break through those walls is belief. Not blind arrogance, not delusion, but earned belief. The kind that comes from putting in the work, from staying consistent, from staying humble but hungry. You don't have to be perfect to believe in yourself. You just have to be committed. Committed to the process, committed to the growth, committed to showing up every single day as the person your future depends on. You were never meant to live small. You weren't created to just exist, coast, and survive. You were built to thrive. No matter how many obstacles come your way, no matter how many times you get knocked down, you have to find the strength to get back up. Resilience is not just about enduring hardship. It's about bouncing back stronger every single time. Life will test you repeatedly. Your patience, your faith, your determination. The people who succeed are not those who never fail, but those who refuse to stay down. They treat failure like a lesson, not a defeat. They see setbacks as temporary and keep moving forward with relentless grit. The reality is that life isn't fair. Sometimes bad things happen without warning. Sometimes the world seems set against you. But resilience means refusing to let circumstances define you. It means owning your story, including the tough parts, and deciding that you won't be a victim. Instead, you become a warrior. You develop a mindset that says, "So this too shall pass, and I am stronger than this moment." That belief is what fuels you through the darkest nights and the heaviest storms. Resilience is built through action. It's forged in the moments when you choose to get up after falling, when you push through pain instead of giving into it, when you keep showing up despite fear and doubt. It's not a one-time event. It's a daily commitment. Every time you overcome adversity, you add another layer of strength to your character. You become more prepared for the next challenge because you've already faced hardship and survived. That experience becomes your armor. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking resilience means never feeling pain or sadness. That's not true. Resilience doesn't erase the struggle. It doesn't mean you won't cry or get discouraged. It means you acknowledge those feelings but refuse to be controlled by them. You allow yourself to feel, then you take control of that anyway. That emotional toughness is what separates those who give up from those who keep going. It's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. When you're resilient, failure becomes feedback. It's a signal to adjust your approach, learn a new lesson, and keep moving. It means you don't let one setback define your entire journey. You recognize that every successful person has a history full of failure, but what makes them great is their refusal to quit, their ability to rise again and again, even when the odds look impossible. They understand that resilience is the bridge between wanting something and getting it. Building resilience also requires a strong support system, but ultimately, the power has to come from within. You need people who encourage you, who hold you accountable, who remind you of your potential when you forget. But you can't rely solely on external validation. True resilience means believing in yourself when no one else does. It means trusting your own strength, even if the whole world doubts you. That inner belief fuels your perseverance and keeps your dreams alive. Another key to resilience is adaptability. Sometimes the path you planned isn't the one you'll take. Life will force you to pivot, to rethink your strategy, and to adjust your goals. Being resilient means embracing change rather than fearing it. It means being flexible enough to bend without breaking. When you learn to adapt, you open yourself up to new opportunities and solutions that you might never have considered before. Resilience is not just surviving, it's thriving through change. Resilience is also about perspective. How you view your challenges can either limit you or empower you. When you see difficulties as insurmountable walls, you stop trying. But when you see them as hurdles to jump over, as tests that are making you stronger, you keep going. It's about shifting your mindset from victim to victor. This shift transforms your energy and creates momentum that propels you forward. In moments of hardship, resilience gives you the courage to keep moving, even when the future looks uncertain. It reminds you that your story isn't over. That every day is a new chance to rewrite your narrative. That every struggle is an opportunity to build the strength you need to reach your highest potential. Resilience is the heartbeat of success because it keeps you alive in the fight long after others have given up. Resilience is a skill you can develop. It doesn't matter where you start or how many times you've fallen. What matters is your willingness to rise again, to push through the pain, to keep believing in your dreams even when the road is rough. Because on the other side of resilience is your breakthrough. On the other side of struggle is your success. So no matter what happens, get back up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. That's how you win. Success isn't about luck or timing. It's about sacrifice. It's about what you're willing to give up today so you can win tomorrow. Every achievement, every milestone, every breakthrough comes at a cost. And that cost is usually something precious. Your time, your comfort, your social life, your sleep. The people who make it understand that sacrifice isn't punishment. It's the price of admission. You don't get to keep all your old habits and expect new results. You don't get to chase your dreams and hold on to distractions. You've got to decide what matters most and be willing to let go of everything else. The problem is, most people want success, but they don't want sacrifice. They want to win without losing. They want the rewards without the work. They want the glory without the grind. But life doesn't work like that. You have to be willing to give up something, whether it's a hobby, a relationship, or a moment of rest, to make room for your future. Because sacrifice is about priorities. It's about putting what you want most above what you want right now. It's about delayed gratification. It's about saying no to distractions so you can say yes to your purpose. Sacrifice also means discipline. It means creating habits that support your goals, even when you don't feel like it. It means waking up early while others sleep. It means working late while others party. It means choosing the long-term gain over the short-term pleasure. These choices aren't easy, but they're necessary. Every successful person has paid this price. No one gets a pass. No one gets a shortcut. If you want to be great, you have to be willing to suffer in the present for the benefit of the future. Sometimes sacrifice means loneliness. When you're grinding for your dreams, you might lose friends or miss out on social events. What people may not understand why you're so focused, and some may even pull away because your vision scares them. But that's the reality of sacrifice. Your circle might shrink before it grows. You have to be okay with that. Because your future depends on your ability to stay committed when the crowd isn't cheering you on. It depends on your ability to choose your goals over the comfort of company. Sacrifice isn't just about what you give up. It's also about what you gain. You say no to distractions. You say yes to your growth. When you prioritize your goals over immediate gratification, you open the door for opportunity. Sacrifice sharpens your focus. It builds your resilience. It develops your character. It molds you into someone who can handle success when it arrives. Without sacrifice, success is fragile. With sacrifice, success is earned, solid, and lasting. Every great achievement in history is a story of sacrifice. The athlete who trains while others rest. The entrepreneur who works when others party. The artist who sacrifices sleep to perfect their craft. They all made the choice to put their dreams ahead of comfort. They all understood that the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pride of achievement lasts forever. That mindset is what separates those who dream from those who do. Sacrifice also teaches you valuable lessons about yourself. It shows you how strong you really are. It tests your commitment. It forces you to confront your weaknesses and push beyond them. Every time you choose sacrifice, you grow. Every time you resist the temptation to quit, you become tougher. And that toughness isn't just physical. It's mental and emotional. It prepares you for the challenges that lie ahead. Because success isn't a straight path. It's full of obstacles, setbacks, and hard decisions. Sacrifice is what equips you to face those realities without giving up. It's important to remember that sacrifice doesn't mean losing yourself. It doesn't mean neglecting your health or happiness. It means making conscious choices aligned with your purpose. It means setting boundaries and staying focused. It means balancing your life in a way that honors your dreams while maintaining your well-being. The best sacrifices are the ones that lead to growth, not destruction. If you want success, you have to be willing to pay the price. You have to be ready to sacrifice the easy now for the better later. That means early mornings, late nights, saying no to distractions, and staying consistent even when it's hard. It means pushing through discomfort and trusting the process. The good news is that every sacrifice you make is an investment in your future. Every hard decision, every missed party, every moment of doubt overcome is a deposit into the bank of your dreams. Success isn't free. It demands sacrifice. But the beauty of sacrifice is that it doesn't just take, it also gives. It gives you discipline, strength, resilience, and clarity. It gives you confidence that you can handle whatever comes your way. It gives you a foundation that no one can shake. So embrace sacrifice as your ally, not your enemy.